Hello and welcome back to having to live through this nightmare again. Yeah, so gonna go ahead and show you the other ending, and after that we'll just talk a little bit about the game, and then that's the end of this little video. So yeah, enjoy, I guess.
Max, it's time. Chloe, I'm so sorry. I don't want to do this. I know, Max, but we have to. We have to save everybody, okay? And you'll make those fuckers pay for what they did to Rachel. Being together this week, it was the best farewell gift I could have hoped for. You're my hero, Max.
At least we get a proper hero's kiss, I guess.
I'll always love you. Now get out of here, please. Do it before I freak. And Max Caulfield, don't you forget about me. Never.
It's cool, Nathan. Don't stress. You're okay, bro. Just count to 3. Don't be scared. You own this school. If I wanted, I could blow it up. You're the boss. So what do you want?
I hope you check the perimeter, as my step-ass would say. Now, let's talk business.
I got nothing for you.
Wrong. You got hella cash.
You don't know who the fuck I am or who you're messing around with.
Where'd you get that? What are you doing? Come on, put that thing down!
Don't ever tell me what to do. I'm so sick of people trying to control me!
You are going to get in hella more trouble for this than drugs.
Nobody would ever even miss your punk ass, would they?
Get that gun away from me, psycho!
Holy. Oh god, did not expect that other ending to be so gut-wrenching, to be entirely honest with you. Oh lord, I'm so glad I'm not recording this with a camera, because I am just leaking from every orifice at the moment, and it wouldn't be a really good sight to look at, let's just put it that way. But yeah, oh my lord, that other ending, it's... holy shit. It almost makes me regret going ahead and oh, hold on, let me just wipe all this bullshit away. Oh god. It almost makes me regret choosing the one I went with, not because it's not something I still agree with, right? But because the, I guess, emotional slash whatever else you want to call it, impact of this one is just so much more... It's so much more well developed. The other one's like, hey, you know, we... God, excuse me. We drive off into the sunset and we're happy and all that, but that's just about it, you know? I guess most of it is implied, right? And for this one, everything is like shown. Just here, take a look at it and have fun. Try not to cry, basically. As we just, oh god, it feels like this ending is definitely a lot more developed, if you will, than the other ending. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't know if the other ending is as intended, if you will, but this one's definitely, I mean, it's definitely longer. That's like an obvious given. But other than that, it also feels more conclusive, if you will, more. I don't want to say proper because it gives the idea that one of them is clearly the correct one, but it feels like it fits more, I guess, tonally. Yeah, that's the word for it. After what you go through right before all this happens with Chloe. I mean, ideally, right? Yeah, in fact, I would have preferred it this way. If there was no choice at the end, right? If the developers would have just given you this ending and you just had no choice, I feel like that would have maybe made it a bit better in not having you / me feel just a little cheated with the other ending. It just feels like you got an inferior version of the end. Again, this is just purely the outro video. I'm not arguing the logic of going one way versus another. That was in the previous episode, and we went through that already. I'm talking purely from a purely from the epilogue video point of view. But yeah, other than that, and other than like some really minor like inconsistencies and things like that, absolutely an enjoyable experience, and it's definitely something I'd recommend you go through by yourself, and or if you've already gone through by yourself, then, you know, I guess to share your experiences, that'd be great too. But yeah, it's thinking back, I can't really say any specific point in which I felt like the game was weak. There were points where I felt like it could have done better. I mean, again, we've already gone through the endings, but like maybe that whole sequence where you're going and looking at different stuff that you and Chloe did, I don't know, it's just done a little bit differently, because it felt like that one dragged on a little bit. Just a smidge. And other than that, maybe dropping any kind of anything for Jefferson being the spoilers for Jefferson being the dude that killed Rachel, because even though Max Caulfield, yeah, because I could be talking about another Max, clearly, but even though Max is like, you know, we totally could have seen this coming, etc., 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 you know, there were so many hints, I feel like there really weren't many and or at all. Maybe I missed them, right? And maybe going back through and playing it again, you're gonna be like, oh, clearly, look right here, he says XYZ, right? Which correlates to him being the killer. But like, looking back, really the only singular comment that I could place that was like a little creepy was the one at the beginning where he talked about putting us in the corner and like making us look helpless or whatever. And then again, that was like part of a lesson, so it I guess is to be it could have been expected, right? It could be written away. I hate to equate him to oh god, what, Hannibal. I mean, not, again, because it's not even the type of like game. It's not really going for that type of villain, right? It's not going for your extremely intelligent Dr. Cannibal Man. This is the genre I think is properly called. But yeah, it's not going for that, right? But even then, even he drops hints, and I guess maybe there you have the benefit of knowing he is the killer to begin with, like going into the show or the series that recently came out on Netflix. But I feel like even if you go into that not knowing he's the killer, the amount of comments he makes, even though they are proper, it seems like he hints that he could be the killer if you're specifically looking out for the fact that he's the killer. Again, that could be biased. It could be like you going, or you having, you know, hindsight is 2020 as they say. But yeah, you know, you having hindsight, and I agree that could be it. Maybe I'm not the best type of person to talk about it because I do know he's the killer going in because I've seen the older movies and whatnot. But still, I feel like there it's done in a better way where the characters, when they come to realize he is, you know, the villain, it's not like, what? It's more like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. I can totally see why this could have happened, right? That kind of thing. The argument slash explanation that he's a photographer and that he needs all these like creepy ass photo shoots to be relevant or a great photographer, it just feels a little weak from my point of view. But like, yeah, other than that, I have to say that other than the villain, that the game is great. Like I can't praise it enough. Like absolutely a solid for me, I'd say. Like I guess 9 out of 10. And you know, I guess I haven't really shared my way of evaluating games before, and maybe I'll post that as a thing on the channel description, so that I guess you understand where I come from, because it's a little bit different from I guess what most people, or how most people judge games. But yeah, but thanks for sticking around for this, whatever this was, me jerking myself off and going, oh yeah, I'm such a good reviewer. And also seeing the other ending. Oh god, man, it was, oh fuck, it was an unexpected hit in the guts, that tells you. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again for whatever we do next. Goodbye.